Shalom, brothers and sisters. Today we are going over First Timothy 1, chapters 3, verse 2. 2. We're going to mainly go on about the husband of one wife there. The verse starts out saying, "A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, and apt to teach." Now, let's go over first of all what word here is used for one. It is mia, meaning first, a certain, the other. The other, it can mean a, first, or one mainly. Now let's go and look at some verses to see how this word is used in the Bible. And we'll see that pretty much doesn't mean what most people thinks it means. First of all, in Matthew 5:18 it says, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled." Now, see how it's used in this verse. Is there just one jot or one tittle in the Word of God? No. There are multiple letters. Those letters are found multiple times. Okay, in Matthew 5:19. "Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." All right. It says, "Whoever shall break one of these commandments." Is there just one commandment, or are there multiple commandments? There are multiple commandments. It's not just one singular. Okay? Matthew 5:36. "Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or one hair black." Okay? So, how many of us just has one hair on our heads? I don't really know of anybody who's just got the one hair on their heads. I mean, and now here's Matthew 19:5 for the last, for one of the last ones. "And said, For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh." Okay, what does one flesh mean? It's just simply a euphemism for sex. They shall leave their fathers and mothers and have sex. That's what it means. So how many of us only has sex with our spouses one time, and that's it? I know, if that's all you've ever had with your wife or your spouse, you're not in for a very good marriage. Now, basically, you look through these. Now, let's look at some other verses that might use it differently. Only for, let's go to Mark. You know, let's see. In Mark 14:37, "And he cometh and findeth them sleeping, and saith unto Peter, Simon, sleepest thou? Couldst thou not watch 1 hour?" Now, I don't know about you, but there's not just 1 hour in a day. There's multiple hours in a day. And what we can see from this right here in Mark 16:2. So here's another example that where it uses the word first for Mia instead of one. And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre at the rising of the sun. Now, how many days of the week are there? There's 7. There's not just one. So nearly every place I have personally seen where this says where it uses the word Mia in replace for the word one, a or first. It's always every place that I have seen it is not one singular. It's used like you got there's you got multiple hairs on your head. You cannot even change one color. So that's one out of how many millions are you the first day? How many days are there? It's used in stuff like that. It's like one, but there's multiple of. It's you know, it's one out of a billion hairs on your head. One day out of the week. So it's one out of the it's it's used when there's multiple, and it's only pointing out that you can't even change one out of the multiples. It's not restrictive. It's not saying you only have one hair or there's only one day of the week, and that's how throughout the Bible Mia is predominantly used. So why are we saying that it's all of a sudden changes its meaning when it's used here? Here it means the same thing. It means you have to be married. Not that it's limiting to just one wife. It's that a man that first of all to be a bishop, you first of all have to be a male. You have to be married. That's simply what it's saying. You have to be married to at least one wife. Not that you are only limited, just like it doesn't limit it to how many hairs are on your head or how many jots or tittles are in the Word of God. God, it's always used. You can't change even one. You can't do even one thing, but there's multiple. But it's one out of a multiples. 1 out of 7, 1 out of a billion hairs, you know, 1 out of thousands of jots and tittles in the Bible. Not a single one shall be changed. Not one shall be changed. Not one out of all the hairs on your head can you change the colors of. Not, 1 out of 7 days. You get where I'm coming from? It's one out of however many wives, but you have to be married. It's not limiting. It's saying that you have to be married to at least one wife. Shalom, brothers and sisters, and this is where I am signing off. Thank you.